Currently in England and Wales and Scotland, there's a general 24-week time limit for abortion. But if the baby has a disability, including Down syndrome, cleft lip, clubfoot, abortion is legal right up to birth. My guest is Heidi Crowter, an English disability rights advocate. Heidi campaigns for the anti-abortion group Don't Screen Us Out, challenging the Abortion Act 1967, which she views as discriminatory against fetuses with disabilities. Heidi has Down syndrome. She also has a very strong Christian faith. She joins Life Issues podcast now. Hello, Heidi. Good to have you.
I'm also here with my mum.
Yes, Liz, welcome to you too. Heidi, let's just start by painting a picture of who Heidi is. Tell me, what would be your favourite thing to do, favourite activity?
I have a lot of favourite activities, but one of them is watch Liverpool because I'm a massive Liverpool fan.
And are they doing well right now?
We were doing good until Jota died.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
that was very sad. Very
sorry,
sad.
that was a bit dark.
No, it's the reality of life. It's actually even what we talk about on Life Issues. Heidi, tell me this, because bad things can happen to to all of us, but bad things can happen to us as Christians. I've heard you share about your Christian faith. I've actually even heard you say the words that the God of the universe is on your side.
Yes.
So can I ask you, because we know as Christians, God has good plans for all of us. What do you think God's purpose is for your life, Heidi Crowter?
Well, I think God's purpose for my life is to glorify Him.
That's an amazing answer. What does that look like?
At the moment, I'm not sure actually, because sadly my husband left me. And that was not in my plan.
That wasn't in your plan?
No.
How have you dealt with that?
I'm finding it very, very hard at the moment with Valentine's Day coming up.
Yeah, of course. At the time of speaking, we're just days away from Valentine's Day. Heidi, would it be all right to share something with you about me too?
Of course.
My husband left me too.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I can say that to you because I know that you know how that feels.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful for you sharing that with us and with the audience. Because actually at times that can make us question God, can't it?
Yes, it does.
What kind of questions did you ask God when that happened?
Well, it was literally the worst timing because 6 weeks before, sadly, my oldest brother died.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
So that was a really intense time with a lot of emotion.
Yes.
How did you navigate that?
I found it very, very tough.
And so there's emotions from the marriage then, and then to process that as well. Was there a particular element of faith that helped encourage you to keep putting one foot in front of the other?
Ooh. Faith that I've got God on my side.
Wow. Wow.
We had
Tell
a
me
very
how.
helpful sermon this Sunday. When the preacher said, he said that Jesus says, "I've got you." He said, Jesus says, "I've got you.
I've got you.
I've got you in my arms."
Oh, wow. That's a great message to hear when you know that your husband has left you and you're no longer in his arms. Jesus has got you in his arms, totally, totally enfolded in his arms. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's very precious, and I think people would be encouraged to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Heidi, have you ever at times found prayer difficult?
Sometimes.
Particularly around that time?
Well, ever since he went, I've been enjoying going to RTX prayer meeting.
And was that something you didn't do before?
No.
So, in some respect, your faith has changed after the relationship. Is that right?
Well, you've been going more often, haven't you?
Yeah, more often to prayer meeting. Yeah, because I think
Wow.
I need prayer at the moment, and
Don't
I
we
need
all?
the family of God around me.
Yes, you do need the family of God around you. Talking about your journey then as a Christian, as now a single person once again, let me ask you, in the Bible, is there someone that you identify with?
Oh, I do have well, all my always hero is Jesus
Mm. Why is that?
because he died for me.
He did.
And I also quite like Abraham because he has a very strong faith.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll have the faith to nearly kill my own son.
Do you know that is very interesting that Abraham is one of your heroes?
Yes. And the one I would like is well identify with is with Esther
Can you tell me why?
because she was brave enough to go to the king's court.
What's the other part of that story? Was she doing it? Did she go to the king's court for herself?
And no, she was trying to save her whole tribe from being wiped out by Haman.
Do you see any similarity between you and Esther?
Wow. When I get nervous sometimes, I think of her.
Hmm. Nervous, like when you had to stand up for what you believe in terms of the court case?
Well, nervous to talk about it because I find it hard to talk about.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Tell me, how does it feel to be recognised as a disability rights advocate?
It feels absolutely amazing. It feels like that I'm inspiring everyone, and it feels like I'm a role model.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you are a bit of a role model. You pop up on social media as an activist for equality in the womb for disabled babies. And in 2022, when the court ruled not to change the law to stop abortion for babies with Down syndrome being aborted up until birth, how did you feel?
Well, when I first heard about the law, I actually nearly broke down in tears, and it makes me feel that I'm better off dead. I know I'm
Wow.
not, but that's how it makes me feel. Also, made me unloved and treated unfairly because I love all my nephews. I love all my nephews and nieces equally. They're called Ruben and Lara and Joss, and I love them all equally. I don't know why it's different with Down syndrome.
So you can see the difference in being treated differently because you have Down syndrome. And straight from even being in the womb, it's not that you've even been born yet. There's a challenge and a perspective of babies with Down syndrome before you've even been born.
When I was first born, my mum decided to treat me the same as any other child, as
Mm.
any of my siblings.
And how many siblings do you have?
Three,
Three now.
three siblings,
Wow.
one in heaven, two on earth.
Oh yeah, two on earth. I
Wow.
have one called Susie, and she's been really nice since James has gone. She's actually booked me a nice surprise for Valentine's Day to cheer me up.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And now I know what it is.
Oh, you
It's
do?
a boyfriend that let it slip. I'm gonna go see Strictly Come Dancing live.
Wow, that's
And
a
I'm very excited
fantastic
about.
surprise. Yeah, of course. Did you watch the latest series of Strictly?
Yes.
Mm,
I loved Ellie Goldstein. She was amazing. She was 10 got the ballroom. I
she
wanted her to
was.
win.
I kind of wanted her to win as well. She was fantastic, as you say, tearing up the ballroom. Jumping back to the court case, Heidi, because the law hasn't changed. How did you move on from seeing the decision that things were not going to be changed?
I did find it very difficult, but I think what I did, I turned to prayer to pray that um for God to show me when to do it.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what do you plan to do now? Have you decided to continue to keep on campaigning as you promised to do?
Well, I have been involved in getting a Down syndrome bills through the law courts,
The House of
Mhm.
to the House of Commons, to make sure people with Down syndrome or any disability will have equal opportunities in social care, healthcare, and independence.
And that's your latest campaign that you're involved with.
Yes.
When did you start that?
Oh, I don't remember. 2020?
Yeah.
2020.
And we're now in 2026. So
I know.
you've been campaigning for 6 years for a
Yes.
change. Do you ever get tired of fighting the law?
I do get tired of fighting for my existence.
Yeah. I'm just taking, it's taken me a minute to let that statement land, Heidi.
It's okay.
I've never had to fight for my existence, but you have,
Yeah, I just find it very hard. I have to do that.
of course. Of course, I can understand that. Tell me what this latest campaign looks like, Heidi. What does that look like on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis for you? Is it showing up to meetings? Is it making speeches? What does that involve?
Down Syndrome Act.
Oh, it involves to make sure that people with disabilities and Down syndrome have equal opportunities in life.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm also involved in in a group. I also do in the past. I'm doing quite a lot of work with Grapevine.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Grapevine is an advocating charity with disabilities, and they are fantastic. My younger sister used to work with them. They've been really good. I do crimes youth activists. That's fighting for disability hate on social media. And I've also in-house worked on education and healthcare plans to make sure they're person-centred.
Mm.
I've also worked with on a safe places scheme to make sure if someone has a problem in the city centre or the building is safe, they can go to a restaurant or a bar with a sticker in the window to help them out.
Have you seen a change in the culture since you started campaigning?
I didn't notice that no one knew about the law, which I was very surprised about.
Hmm. Do you feel like you've gained more support because of the work that you've done?
Yes, when I was first at the court, there was a lot of people there. I felt like I was the queen.
You felt like royalty, did you?
Yes,
Did you feel like Queen Esther again?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say Queen Heidi.
Queen Heidi. It's got a nice ring to it, actually, Liz. What do you think?
Oh,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's what she thinks she is.
What can other people do to get involved with this current campaign, Heidi? How can people hearing this conversation today look at some of the things that you've been doing and do them themselves or implement them in their businesses or organizations?
well, I do have a Facebook page called Heidi Crowter Living the Dream, and I first started that page to bring new mothers hope for their child and to show them that it's not scary to have Down syndrome. Because when I was first born, my mum and dad were really scared, but now they didn't have to be.
They're not afraid of Queen Heidi.
Who isn't?
Because Living the Dream is a really interesting title for your Facebook page, Heidi. Tell me a little bit about what that means for you.
Living a dream means I'm living my dream life.
Mm, mm. And campaigning for others to have that same opportunity.
Yes.
Do you think there is enough being done, both Heidi and Liz, to make public places, workplaces, public transport accessible for those with Down syndrome?
Yes.
What do you think, Liz? Is there enough being done?
There's,
Heidi explained about, it being scary at first, having a baby with Down syndrome
yeah,
and needing extra support. So tell me, do you see enough support and access for people with additional support needs?
I mean, it's a lot more than there was when she was born. So we didn't even have Google to check things out on.
That was 1995, wasn't it?
1995. We didn't have Google to check anything out on, and the support groups were okay, but they were all in person and not always, helpful. Now there's lots and lots of Facebook groups and websites to get advice, positive about Down syndrome.
And we go to a toddler group on a Thursday morning called Artsy Smile, which is teaching them how to get ready for school.
Yes, that's support group for babies and children with Down syndrome. So a national one called PADS positive about Down syndrome and local one.
And also, I Paz also do local charity, national charities, don't they? And I work for one on a Saturday morning.
What do you do?
I help them with their sports, their football, and their dance. I work for Down syndrome charity, and it's for kids with Down syndrome.
So you're giving them opportunities.
Yeah, and it ranges from the little ones to big ones. I prefer
Wow.
the little ones. The cutest little one, and he's the force of Liverpool.
Well, I was just about to say you're passing on your passion for football, clearly. Yeah. I'm going to ask some questions for Mum Liz. I have a question for you, Liz, because I have to say sometimes getting out of bed, is a challenge for me in the morning, but I can't imagine what it's like to see your daughter campaigning for the law to be changed. That takes some doing. How have you been able to support Heidi throughout this process?
Well, you sort of get led by her, really. So we wouldn't have told her about the abortion law, but she saw it in the newspaper and asked me what it meant. And she realised straight away that it's something she wanted to campaign about. So, yeah, just believing in her, always being there for her. So I've admiring her faith and courage makes me sort of want to carry on supporting her.
Yeah. It must have had its challenges at times as well.
Yeah.
Liz, you have another daughter as well, don't you? You've got Heidi's sister, who would be protected under the law after 24 weeks from abortion in the UK. But your other beloved daughter, Heidi, wasn't protected under that same law simply because she has Down syndrome. How does that make you feel as a mother?
Well, it's total discrimination, and it's just really sad that even in the womb, her life isn't valued as much as Susie's and my other children's.
Yeah.
And me and Susie have a fantastic bond. We call ourselves the Crazy Sisters.
You're the what sisters?
The Crazy Sisters. And we have a little Crazy Sister dance, don't we?
Crazy Sister dance, yes.
Wow. It's quite interesting to think, Liz, for some people who have gone down the abortion route because they know how challenging life can be for all of us, but actually for those who do have additional support needs and they've gone down that route, to think that Heidi and her sister might not have had that crazy sisters dance if you as the mum had made the decision, I'll just I'll take that option, I'll take that route. And there's reasons why some people go down that route, many reasons, many factors at times involved. Sometimes people are even manipulated into making that decision, and that can be incredibly painful as well. Have you ever thought how life would look different? The family would look different if you had made a different decision?
It would have been a lot quieter and a lot less and a lot less fun.
Yeah. And boring.
Boring, yeah.
I'm sure it would have been, Heidi. Absolutely. Thank you for letting me ask that question, Liz, because it can be so hard for many parents, and it can be tough at times to even know what the right thing is to do, not just for yourselves as parents, but actually even for other children who are already there and part of the family. There's a tremendous pressure on parents. You'll always be Heidi's mum, but let me ask you about a change in direction in Heidi's life. Heidi talked earlier on about being married, and that was a change in direction. But then there's been a transition to independent living. I want to ask how you've navigated that.
Yes, so we'd always, as Heidi said, treated her the same as her siblings as much as we could. And she saw them, leaving home and going to uni and seeing their independence and not so much independence as they're at uni, that sort of life. And she wanted that for herself. She wanted to, have freedom from us as well. She When she was about 19, she started talking about it more. And age 20, she kept on about it. So we looked into it and found a flat for her to live in, where she could have support for a few hours a week to help her. She lived there for quite a while and then moved to this house about 3 years ago.
Heidi, let me ask you, how do you like living in independent accommodation?
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love living here. But I do get lonely sometimes at James.
How long have you lived in that particular place?
3 years.
Wow.
It'll be 4 years in March.
And how far away are you from friends and family?
Probably a stone's throw away.
Less than a quarter of a mile from us.
Yes. I can literally walk it.
Do you phone mum up and say, Mum, put the kettle on, I'm coming round for a cuppa?
Well, normally I go down there. I go on the house on Sundays for most dinner.
Oh, very good. Is
My
mum a
dad
good
makes
cook?
the best of dinners.
Oh, Dad makes the roast dinners.
Yeah, I want to have that for my last meal. Last meal on earth.
Your last meal on earth?
Dad's first dinners.
Your last supper, Heidi, would be your dad's roast dinner.
Bit dark, sorry.
It's all right. I often ask that question, but it's good to know what your priorities are. Heidi, coming back around to your Christian faith, have you always believed in God?
Yes. I've always been.
Wow.
I was always been taught to believe in God, wasn't I?
Hmm. Yeah. Do you remember a particular time when it was your decision where you said, it's not my family's faith, this is my faith?
And when I was 10,
What can you remember about that time?
I remember when the preacher was preaching on John 3, verse 16, and that verse saved me then and there.
Do you remember off by heart what John 3:16 says?
Because they love the world, whoever believes in him will not. Oh, sorry. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And from then on, that's been my favourite verse in the whole of the Bible.
That's your favourite verse.
I do have a lot of favourite verses.
Do you find Bible verses easy to remember?
Sometimes.
The ones that stand out to you the most?
But I like Psalm 139, verse 14. It says, I praise you for the faithfully when we made. I tend to read that when I think about the law.
Yeah.
I have a lot of favourite hymns.
What's your favourite Christian hymn or Christian artist to listen to?
Ooh. At the moment, probably City of Light.
Do you have a favourite song?
Oh, it's gone known and loved.
Known and Loved.
City of Light.
City of Light. Thank you for sharing that. That's going on my download.
Well, I can't tell you all my favourites because we'll be here till midnight.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know one of them is 10,000 Reasons.
10,000 Reasons, that's a fantastic song as well. So you've shared a little bit about your life and your favourite songs, your favourite Bible verses. I'd love to just ask you something, thinking about my time. I certainly didn't give my heart to God when I was 10. I decided that I wanted to follow God and become a Christian fully, wholeheartedly when I was 15. But at that time, I had something called chronic fatigue syndrome. And Heidi, if it's all right to share with you, I got really mad at God because I was diagnosed with an illness and I had it for 6 years. It was horrible. I did at times doubt God's love for me. And so I wanted to ask, have you ever gone through that process yourself of doubting God's love for you?
Yes. When Danny died and when James left me.
And how did you come back around to what it says in John 3:16 that God so loved you? How did you come from doubt to love to faith again?
Well, I've started going to the Friday Bible study, and that helped a lot.
Wow. How long do you spend in the Bible study?
It's 6 till 8.
Wow, so that's a good chunk of time to be spending in the Bible.
Well, it starts off with a meal, and then we'll go do the whole studies.
Do you find the Bible at times challenging to understand?
Yes, I think every Christian does.
Mm, I do.
I do find the book of Judges very difficult
Judges
and
difficult.
graphic.
Are we just bypassing Leviticus? Like you don't find that challenging at all?
Um,
That's really good.
That's the one with all the bits where they have to measure up and they have to keep account of everything that's going on. It's a very strange part of the Bible, but it's no less of value.
well, one of them was they actually killed someone with a tent peg.
Oh, in Judges, a tent peg, yes. We've just
Yeah.
started looking at Judges in our home group, so she's full of
Judges, full of,
Judges.
and that's the story of Deborah, isn't it? Deborah the judge, and then Jael gets the tent peg and she puts it through the baddie's temple, doesn't she?
Yeah, lovely.
It is lovely. But actually, I'm pleased to hear, Heidi, that you clearly don't shy away from the hard-hitting stuff in life nor in the Bible. You're not afraid to address the stuff that's, well, ouch, or awkward to talk about.
Well, sometimes I don't like talking about it, but I do.
It's all right at times to say, I don't want to talk about that.
I find it very hard to talk about hell.
I think that will resonate with a lot of people that they don't want to bring up hell. And yet, when it comes to salvation in the Bible, it's very clear, isn't it? Just the same way that your Bible verse that you love, John 3:16, is very clear. Thank you for sharing a little bit about your faith and your walk with God. Is there one particular thing that God is teaching you right now or showing you?
I'll probably say to trust him more and to cast myself on him.
Is that an easy thing to do to take your
Well,
hands
there is
off?
one verse that's cast all your cares on him, the Lord will care for you.
Do you find it easy to cast your care on the Lord?
Sometimes when I'm not being
I wish
lazy.
I did. It's not an excuse to be lazy, though, is it?
No.
No. Liz, I would love to ask you the same question about, we talked about the campaign that Heidi is so passionate for, the change in the law and independent living. But now that life is still lifing, things are still going on. Is there a particular thing that the Lord is showing you in your journey of faith and everything that you've been walking through?
Yeah, so you said about doubting God's love for you. So our 33-year-old son died in September. He'd come back to his faith in the last year, which is a comfort. But yeah, I'm doubting his love for us
Of course.
because I want him here for his 15-year-old son. But I think when you read the Psalms, it's lovely to see how, and Job as well, and Jeremiah and other people, you can see how they tell God how they feel and tell him that they're angry and fed up with him. But they still trust him. And that's what I've got to learn. You can still trust him even when you don't like what he's done.
And to lose your son in September, it's not long at all. You'll still be going through the grieving process.
Yeah.
Thank you both for sharing what you've shared with me, a deaf in the family. I so appreciate you sharing that because you're a family that has walked through the valley of the shadow of death, shall I say? The
Yeah.
ups and downs, the mountains and the valleys. Tell me, Liz, where is the place that you draw strength from then? Because you seem to have faced a lot of opposition for a very long time.
Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I've called you by name, you are mine. We put that on the front of Dan's funeral sheet. Yeah, so Dan was also, he had been thinking about transitioning. So he was known as Jessica at some points, recently known as Jessica, but also just recently told me we could call him Danny again. And at the bottom there, it's fear not, for I have redeemed you. I've called you by name, you are mine.
So that's the verse that you draw strength from.
Yeah.
An important one to hold on to. And as you're still beginning to, I would imagine, process some of the grief now that there's been some months, you'll be looking to the Lord, I would imagine, in a different way from when it first happened.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, both of you. And your brother looked like an amazing person, Heidi.
It was.
We've talked quite deeply about faith on life issues so far, and so I really appreciate thinking about that. But I want to think as well about the future. That's talked about in the Bible quite a bit. Heidi, what would you like in terms of attitudes to see from the government and the change that you're hoping to see towards those with Down syndrome?
I would like them to include us more in their decisions. So, for example, back in 2018, when they released the non-invasive prenatal testing,
Yeah.
they did that without consulting us. So I want them to ask us first, so we can feel powerful and that will make a difference.
Have you felt that society at times has held you back from fulfilling your purpose?
No, I don't think they have.
You've gone and done it anyway.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
Heidi, what doors would you like God to open for you in the future?
At the moment, I'm quite scared for the future because I don't know what God's plan is at the moment. Because losing James was not in my plan.
But God's got the plan, doesn't he? Yeah. And you're casting your care on him.
Yeah.
When you leave the room after conversations or making speeches, and when we leave this conversation today, what would you like people to be left thinking or feeling because you've been here?
I want them to feel I want that Christian hope that she has. And I want to live life like she does.
You can,
And I want them to realise that having Down syndrome is not scary. And that you can do anything, you can set your mind to it. Oh yes, and we are amazing, just the way we are. I just had to
wow.
do it in there.
A little bit of Bruno Mars. Wasn't expecting that on the Life Issues podcast, but I'll take it. Thank you, Heidi.
Okay.
You are amazing just the way you are. And
You so you.
oh, thank you. I'll take that. On Saturday, the 21st of March, 2026, we can celebrate how amazing every single person is with Down syndrome because it's World Down Syndrome Day. So, how will you shout about this day on your platforms and across your community?
Well, I will like a dance challenge for 21 minutes every day.
So, you're going to dance for 21 minutes per day?
Yes.
For how
And that's
long?
all days of March.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Will there be a little bit of Bruno Mars in there?
Oh, probably. I'm not sure.
If I have anything to do with it, they will.
Where can people follow you to find out more about what you're up to and where you'll be speaking next?
They can follow me on Heidi Crowter Living a Dream on Facebook, on Instagram. And another thing that I normally do with Down Syndrome Day is I write up little facts about Down syndrome. So for example, did you know that people with Down syndrome are not happy all the time?
People with Down syndrome are not happy all the time.
Yeah, so for example, you should see me when Liverpool lose.
When Liverpool lose.
Yes.
When Liverpool lose.
Yes.
Yeah, I think when Liverpool lose, quite a lot of the fans are not happy about that.
Well, I wasn't happy about Szoboszlai's red card.
Mm.
Well, I was not happy about that.
For the little I know about football, the red card is not good.
I didn't know that he didn't like football. That's what I like to work on. Work on body language. That people don't And eating your salad so people don't know football. My mum was good at that. Remember me.
So that's something personally you want to work on in the future, is to understand people's body language. That when you're sharing something that you're passionate about, if someone doesn't quite get it, you'll look for cues in their body to
My
think.
mum.
It's a work in progress, isn't
Yes.
it?
For us all, Heidi, let me tell you. Wow, I've so enjoyed chatting with Heidi Crowter and Mum Liz. But listen, we've talked about quite a lot of different verses, Heidi, and there's one particular verse that I was reflecting on. You've mentioned it already, Psalm 139. And I wonder, just to close off this episode of Life Issues, Heidi Crowter, English disability rights advocate, could you give us some of the words from Psalm 139, please?
Of course. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body, and all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is some of them.
What does that mean to you, that verse?
It means a lot to me because whenever I figure out the law, or I just slow it down, I just read it and it calms me down, and it also makes me feel loved by God.
Heidi, don't make me cry.
Well, it's not my intention.
You're a wonderful woman. It's so fantastic to chat to you and Mum today.
Thank you. I agree.
Thank you for being my guest. Thank you for being my guest on our Life Issues podcast.
Thank you.
No worries.